Mama web do do do. Mama web do do do. Mama web do do do. Mama web. I would like to reach out my on myself. On me tell you to run on my way, on my way. But we say, how's it going, everybody? Krypton, congrats on being first in YouTube chat, and Baron, congrats on being first in Twitch chat. How are you two doing? We're doing okay, thanks very much, Baron. I hope you're well as can be done in today's world. That's what I hope for you. Let me catch you up. Okay, my friends, yesterday we had a difficult time trying to trigger, this is very expensive. Okay, trying to trigger a specific combat event, near Sinai, and I could not get it to trigger. Now, a brilliant person who will not be named, will refer to them only by their initials, Mr. Temper, suggested that it could be due to combat ranking. So, I did a stream yesterday, a surprise Sunday stream. Sorry if you missed it and you didn't want to miss it. And then this morning I did a little scouting around too. Okay, I went all the way back to Europe, sold off some gold, made some money, as you can see. And I also ran into a pirate and beat them. So now I have 3 extra ships: the Hina, the Laka, and the Pele. Pele being the volcano goddess, Hina being the moon goddess, and Laka being the goddess of dance in Hawaiian mythology and cosmology. We still have the Manu, that's my original ship, but now the flagship is the Pele. So, kind of what I'm doing right now is going around and seeing if I can find any more pirates or Spaniards to attack. Spain, we were already at odds with, so that explains why I'm picking on Spain. We're gonna leave the other countries alone, methinks. I don't know that that's gonna help us too much to attack other countries, but I'm also going to begin sailing back to Massawa on the east side of Africa, because it should trigger by now. I have purchased, actually I did not. I need to purchase some figureheads and things for these new ships. They're moving pretty slow, which is a little dumb. I don't like that. So I think what I'm going to do for now is just reassign crew to be 100% right here. There we go. Hopefully that'll improve our speed a little bit. I don't know. We're moving actually incredibly slow. I don't know why. Because it wasn't that slow this morning. Now it's like, dang, very slow. For some reason in particular. I don't know. This game has a lot of hidden things. It has a lot of non-hidden things that are still a little rough. Get ahead. This is not the right one. I need to go to the shipyard. Which is now closed because the sun went down. How's it going, Mr. Temper? Speak of the devil in this Shalapia. How are you? We're just talking about you. All in good favor, of course. Hey, you'll be actually pretty happy about this. I don't know if you caught much of that update that I ran through. But I attacked a pirate. Got 3 new ships. Venetian galleasses, I think it is. And so we got a 4-ship fleet now. And I'm going to do some more attacking today. Ideally build up... I don't see it at all. Where the heck is the shipyard? Don't they have one here? There it is. Yeah, we're going to do some attacking of the Spaniards as well as any pirates that we find. Everything's fine there. Let me see what kind of figureheads they have available here. Neptune. That's expensive. Holy smokes. I don't know about that. We might just do unicorns here. I don't really want to blow all my funds on figureheads. Oh, really? Well, Mr. Temper, that's pretty cool. I'm glad to hear that. I do think this is the much better game. I mean, I could understand if people wanted a specific kind of thing in the first game, you know, but this is just a smoother beast. I mean, it's a true sequel in that regard. We got one more of these. There we go. Okay, we got all kinds of stuff. We've got cannons on all of these. I have a full stack of stuff. There you go. So what is this? This is. I'm gonna put the Manu in the first position. There. So we got our flagship. First position, second position, third position. There we go. How's it going, Ravaging Justice? Ran an experiment yesterday to replicate your situation. Let over a year pass. It's got to be the fleet, right? Yeah, Ravaging Justice, welcome. We did expand the fleet. I did a little bit this morning. I ran into a pirate, beat him, and took some of his ships. I was going to reset and do it on stream. But I didn't want to run the risk of not being able to beat him again. Have I buckled the swash? There's lots of swashbuckling on this, yeah. It's quite good. I don't know if any of you saw my tweet as well. It dawned on me that I'm waiting for a combat situation right around Iran while current events are unfolding. We don't get political on here, but that is a level of coincidence that I think is pretty bizarre. Got to be fleet related. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sail back down to Masawa. And I'm going to attack any Spaniards and pirates that I find along the way. Now, if it still won't trigger, I'm not really sure what else to do. I really miss the greater speed of the previous setup. Turkish battle fleet. Not gonna mess with them. Spaniards and pirates. How, question for you, Ravaging Justice. How did you replicate the situation? How did you get to that section of the game? Did you use some kind of, like, dev warp or Game Genie code or something? Portuguese. Oh, they're really pirates. Well... Okay, we need to go get that ship there, then. I can catch them. You think you can hide there? Maybe they can. Let's see if this is them. Okay. I don't think it's the same fleet, but it looks like it may be. Oh, you know, I should always save first, because you never know what's going to happen in this game. And let's take a shot at fighting some pirates. Oh yeah! Use a save state from and just kind of there. One ship, no battles. Oh, okay, cool, interesting. And then Temper, I wanted to ask you as well. So you played 5 hours. You now agree New Horizons better than the first Uncharted Waters on Super Nintendo. What specifically changed your mind? I want to pick your brain on that. Because again, I got to write about this game. So the more comprehensive of an understanding that I can build about this game, I think the better the final product. And that's really what these streams are. Like, yeah, we have fun, we tell jokes, we sing songs. But also, there's an element of research that's being done here. It's just gooder. Jack Rackham has no eyebrows. Well, that's what happens when you're a pirate, honestly. The eyebrows are the first to go. Oh, Jack Rackham's a historic pirate. Calico Jack? I've heard of Calico Jack. I had no idea. Oh, sweet. I think I can actually reach him first turn. Let's see. I do have a full crew here of like 320 guys, so I can force a duel, which is awesome. Now, let's see if we can win it. Now, a scimitar, is that a lashing weapon? I'm gonna open with a strike rather than a thrust. And then let me try a block here. See if he lashes. Oh, he struck. Maybe it's a striking weapon. Okay, now let's go for the thrust. It's a matter of playing it with an open one. I still dislike the way dueling can be abused, but it's a great game instead of that one failing. Yeah, for sure. The dueling, I mean, it's cool. I think the dueling is cool. I like the card thing. I like the rock, paper, scissors. I think it is too RNG heavy. It is not as... So I've compared this to Tetramaster. It's not as... it doesn't seem like you can play the statistics towards your favor as much as you could on Tetramaster. So... I do think the dueling is a little half-baked on here, which is unfortunate because I do like it. Maybe they should have had the ability to duel just for really specific battles. It seems like pirates, like if I killed this guy, right? Calico Jack. I think the other pirates would be like, aw, you guys are going down. Time for some sweet revenge. But it's not like there's like an honor system among thieves, you know? The sea claimed his eyebrows, they be resting at the bottom of Davy Jones' locker. That's what he sounds like. Oh, it's from the room. You're tearing me apart. I've actually never seen that. I only know it from GIFs and stuff. So, somebody called me, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Tommy, is it Wiseau? Wiseau sounds funny to me, so I would say Wiseau. But, let's see if he lashes. Oh, yeah. Somebody once called me the Tommy Wiseau of video game criticism, and I didn't know if I should take that as a compliment or not. I really wasn't sure. Oh, he's done. Easy. See ya. I like the little figures here too. Now, I did see the PC version of New Horizons had a much more robust screen there, which was pretty darn impressive. Was Anne Bobby's captain? Anne Bonny. Oh, I don't know if I know of Anne Bonny. Huh? They should have enemy captains refuse to duel you if their fleet is far superior. Yeah, so they have that in here, but it's based only on, like, crew to crew for those two ships. I think you're right, actually, that if their fleet outnumbers you significantly... Like, I beat a pirate earlier this morning with one ship, and he had, like, 8 ships. Like, that does seem like that's pretty ridiculous. So, that's a lot of money. And a China dress, no less. Alright, I did pick up another captain, but I don't think I'm going to grab another ship right now. I think I will hang off on grabbing another ship. I would get a warship though if they offer me another one. Oh, you would? You would? Where it is? So I don't know anything about him. I really don't. I know there's a bit of goofiness, but that's about it. So it doesn't look like they were carrying much by way of anything useful, unfortunately. Well, I mean, not useful. That's not the right word I'm thinking of. Like expensive cargo or anything like that. So that's just the way it is. Okay, let's load up some water here. We'll split this in half. I had to do the math on the computer. And the Manu. Oh, okay. They were out. Now, when you run out of food and water on a boat in this game, do they share between boats? These guys are doing okay. Looks like. We'll just... Oh, shoot. Should I be concerned about taking some gunpowder? I guess I should, huh? Okay. I shouldn't have underestimated you, pal. That's what pirates sound like. Okay, they do share. Maybe galleons are better than what I have? It's too late now. That's alright. So I got these ships from a battle fleet. They are Venetian galleasses? I don't know how you pronounce that. Let me see. Let me take a look. No, don't automatically say it. Right here. Fleet info. So this is, yeah, Venetian galleass. This was from a battle fleet. They did come with cannons. I basically just had to stock them with figurehead. But I'm glad that they share. Then that's not so bad. Because I've really only got my flagship stocked up with men. They were offering Venetian galleasses and one Fleming? And I went with these because they were larger and held more crew. I don't know, and more guns. I'm not sure if that was the right choice or not, but nevertheless, that's the choice that we made. Let me go ahead and see if anybody else pops up here, because there was another pirate. Oh, I could see them in the cafe, right? If they are here. I remember that from the first game. We can kind of pop in here and see if... Yeah, there he is. Keep yourself away from me before I give you a knuckle sandwich. You know what? Here you go. You can't buy me with treats. Okay, that dude is a pirate. And that dude's a pirate. So I'm going to wait around here and snipe those guys when they come out. That's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I feel like dueling, going back to what we were talking about, having enemy captains refuse if their fleet is greater. I also think that pirates would probably more frequently refuse a duel than regular, maybe more honor bound captains and commodores. Because, like, if you're, you know, two gentlemen, and one of them, you know, challenges to a duel, you're sort of like, oh, my dignity and honor has bound me to accept, type thing. But a pirate's gonna be like, I'm just gonna blow you out of the water. Now they are gonna come out, right? Like eventually. Because I could sit here for a while, I imagine. They all look like Hagar from Final Fight. I love the character portraits on this. I think they look great. There's some serious personality. It's a shame that character portraits were cut from the previous RPG that we played. That was Ultima the False Prophet. That actually made it really difficult to tell who I was talking to. Turkish merchant fleet. Ah, it's just old Shabazi. Keep going, Nebby. There you go. There's another one. Let's see. I think this is another Turkish ship. Yep. Siddharth Kabin. Okay. Coolly on out, gentlemen. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another week or so to see if they come out of this port, the pirates. They are there. It's too bad you can't challenge them to a fight at port. Maybe arm wrestling or something like that. Oh, shoot. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Those were Spaniards flying Turkish flags and wearing turbans and sporting excellent mustaches. I think y'all are just very bloodthirsty. I'm just kidding. It's yeah. This is a fun game. I was just talking with a gentleman on X this morning about recommending this, and It's a great game. It's just, it's kind of hard to recommend because of how complex it is. Okay, we're out of food and water. So let's see how true that is, first of all. Like, we're out. So I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna ever come out of there. I could wait there for a long time. Oh, really? So you could actually just sail against the shoreline for days and days, and their levels go up. That's pretty surprising right there. Hey, how's it going, Major Rage TV? How are you and Scarlett doing? Mr. Temper, you figured out how to exploit the market system. Let me know about that. It's too late for me, my son, but shoot, that's expensive. Holy smokes, why is it so freaking expensive? Well, it's a lot. It's loading up a lot, I guess, huh? Okay. I don't really want that much. We'll load this one up to capacity. And then we'll just do like... And then we'll start sailing down. I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get some beads from Amsterdam. And we'll make a chunk of change once we pass the east coast of Africa. It's too bad I missed the cartography thing. Hey, don't miss that, Mr. Temper. There's that cartography club that you can get into. It takes some money to get into, but then they'll pay you for filling out the map, which is pretty snazzy, I'd say. I'm doing pretty great. Yeah, all things considering, I'm doing good. Thanks very much. Allied with Portugal. There's complex. Yeah. This is very much a game of, you know, sometimes people will be like, keep politics out of video games. I mean, they've been putting politics in video games for a long time. I get that what people mean by that is not literally what they're saying. Oh, pirates with a battle fleet. No less. Y'all are going down. No. I can't catch them. No. No. Okay, right here. I got you. I got you. Yeah, I think early on, well, tell me about it anyway, because I might play another character in here. What's your scam for making $1 million in the first year? Oh, okay. Your character starts with cartography. All right, he's the map guy. The cartography club sounds like a bunch of nerds. Oh, this coming from the guy who joined the Nintendo fan club today, huh? I see how it is. Okay, Kair Abdeen, you're going down. And he's like, let's hear his clever retort. What rubbish! You're the one who is doomed to sink. Yeah, sure. Tough talk. Let's see. Where is their flagship? Oh, it's right behind me, isn't it? Hey, I can reach him first turn. That is great. I will challenge the Commodore. Nice. Okay. Italian pirates, break your spaghetti noodles. Oh no! Here's your scam. Athens to Istanbul, buy art in Athens, sell in Istanbul, buy carpet in Istanbul, and sell in Athens. Yeah, that's not a scam. That's the normal like easy starting trade route, a short trade route. I was doing that at here. I just didn't do it until I had $1 million because that's a lot. Did you only do that for 5 hours? Oh, here's the trick part. I beg your pardon. Oh, Istanbul, no Constantinople, no, I can't go back to Constantinople, no, Istanbul, to Constantinople, to Istanbul. Trick part, you take a loss on carpet. Okay. But is that what keeps the market down and all that? Okay, here we go. He's got a flamberge. I'm gonna hit him with a thrust right away. Oh yeah, couple of those. Let's try a dodge. Oh, wrong choice. Let's try this lash. Don't block. Oh, you fool of a took. Uh-oh. I did save before I did this, right? Okay, you buy and sell the carpet in small chunks of 50 that manipulates the market in Istanbul to have a super high price index while making the price index in Athens super low. Dang, okay, so you manipulated the market prices itself. That sounds... So how long did this take you to work out? Like, was it your whole five hours sesh was doing that? I'm not doing so well here. I am losing this battle. He just does not want to give in. And what has he been doing, though? I don't know. I was checking out which ports of which goods. Dang, so you set that up real quick then, huh? You're gonna need to write that down for me. Next character, I'm gonna try and do that. If need be, like with Catalina, for like early monies. And then yeah, just invest in the big ships. Like I didn't do any investment into any ports on this. Let's see. Let me look at my thing. I think he's been doing a lot of striking attacks. Let's see. We'll try a dodge here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, I had a 7. Oh well. What the hey? I'll try another dodge. Oh, sweet. How about a lash? You won't be expecting that. Oh no, he was expecting that. Okay. How about a... maybe he'll do a random thrust. Nope. Oh man. Why does that do so much damage? Oh, because I did the one that doubles it, huh? Oh man, I might lose this one. The source, world history. Well done, well done. Once I saw that art and carpets were good to buy and sell, the 2 ports so close, they began trying to manipulate the market. Yeah, so that is one that I was told about from a couple different sources when I started this game. It's a really short route, obviously. But you could do it a lot quicker there. So how did you come up on 50 at a time, though? I'm not really sure how this is intuitive. This is from being familiar with the price index from the previous game, I imagine. Lots of ones here. Lots of ones. I think I'm gonna lose this. There I go. Bwap, bwap. Ahoy, Derek. How's it going, Derek? Right? 7:40:47. You came in just in time to watch the debris from my flagship wash ashore. I just lost to a pirate with a red beard. His name was not Redbeard. It was like Kair Abdeen or something like that. Why 50 though? That's just, well, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I understand the numbers in this game. But that is pretty cool. That's probably the biggest tip for quick money that I did see on this whole thing. And I looked a couple streams in. At the point I am now, that route is wrecked because a lot of the other NPC traders have demolished it. Derek, how are you doing today? What's going on? What you been up to? Playing anything interesting? We're playing Uncharted Waters New Horizons. On the side, I'm playing Dredge, which is another pretty cool sailing game. It's a fishing game. This is not a sim like this one. Okay, so now I don't think I saved after just hanging out there for like forever. So I don't know if I'm going to run into that guy again. That's too bad. But if we do run into him again, I got news for him. Breaking news, I'm coming after you. Let's see who this is. Dutch merchant fleet. Not pirates. We'll let them pass. I'm guessing I'm gonna miss that pirate entirely. I didn't save before that battle. That was a pretty big mistake. Some Resident Evil, nice. Oh, getting over allergies. Oof, that's rough. That is rough. How was Resident Evil 9? I think it is. How's the charting of waters going? It's going pretty good. I just lost to a pirate. We are in money making mode always. We are currently in attack other fleets mode. So I just got a couple of new ships this morning. There you can see that one with the red sails, the smaller ship, is my original ship. And now I've got the flagship Pele, named after the volcano goddess of Hawaii. Laka, the goddess of hula and inspiration. And Hina, goddess of the moon. I think it's the moon. Pretty sure. Yeah. I mean, at this stage, so I'm attacking pirates and Spaniards. Spaniards already don't like me. And Turks, because we're about to go to war with them. So those three things. But I'm not just attacking anybody. I'll let the Dutch sail past me and stuff like that. I don't want to be a bad guy on this. I'm really playing the role, right? I'm really trying to... Or is our role inhabiting or whatever it was? Temper says that we have noticed that some ports claim to sell goods according to the market index but don't offer them. Must be investing, huh? Yeah, I've heard Resident Evil 9 is pretty short. A couple people beat it real quick. But if you like that sort of thing, seems like that's what they're offering. Alright, let's supply up here. We'll go ahead and fill this up. Oh, me? Extolling the virtues of actual piracy. Yeah, no, I don't think so. The sky looks ominous. Gotta watch out for that ominous sky. Santa Cruz claims to sell gold but can't buy it there? Oh, that's interesting. That would be a pretty short... Because Santa Cruz is right there. So... I mean, imagine if you did get gold to spawn there. You could get it pretty cheap and then sell it up in Europe. That's a real short route. 9, I got to play around 4 hours. Okay. Yeah, I suppose that's what you want from a Resident Evil game, huh? In the days of the 20-hour RPG, action games can't be expected to be very long. No one has that attention span anymore. Well, that was back in the days of 20-hour RPGs, right? Today, they make... Some RPGs are just too long. Way too long. I know this will get you crucified in some areas of the internet, but I thought Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was way too long. Way too long. Quite a lot of filler, stuff like that. Like, not every big AAA RPG needs to be like 100 hours long. I think that's ridiculous. But that's what I like about this era. You know, way back when RPGs were darn it, I do that every time. You know, in the 20, 30 hour range. Like, that's pretty decent. I think an RPG needs to have the story to support. Yeah, to support that. Yeah, like Major Rage. Yeah, better to bow out, leaving them wanting more, than overstay one's welcome. That's just a general principle, I think. Yeah, I imagine that infuriates with Resident Evil 9. I imagine that is infuriating some people who, you know, equivocate dollars to hours. But I think for that genre, for that type of game, that seems reasonable to me. Infinite Metal, how are you? Yeah, no, I fully agree. I definitely agree with that. You've been here before, right? Your name looks pretty familiar. Hey, congrats on the 30 stream streak, Mr. Thou. Wow, my goodness. Oh, Persona? I've never played a Persona. I mean, I'll play Stardew Valley for like a 500 hours. I think that game supports that, but yeah, some RPGs are a little too long. Yeah, 20 to 30 hour RPGs. That's pretty good. Well, you ought to play through the Super Nintendo RPG canon. I really think more people ought to do that. There's quite a few games in that series that are excellent. Let me put my list up because I'm just sailing around south here. Here's my list for Super Nintendo RPGs originally released in English. This also includes RPG hybrids, obviously. Oh, Might and Magic. Oof. It's coming. It's coming. I think that's gonna have to be my next one. Small quality of life love in this game. If an NPC is in your way, you push against them. They switch places with you instead of blocking you. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I don't think I've had to try that yet. I hope that appointment goes well for Scarlet tomorrow, Major Rage. Best wishes. When you think of as Yakuza, I've actually never played one of those as well. Use a guide and get help for Might and Magic. I'm gonna have to, because Might and Magic 2 has those game-breaking, bugs that can corrupt your save right at the end of the game or wipe characters and stuff like that. That sounds horrible. Let me stop here and check our stuff. Derek Wright says Super Mario RPG is still in the top 5. It's good. Sometimes that game lands in my top 4 for this system in particular. I just need some food. Yeah, it is a bummer. I mean, I think Might and Magic, you know, is like a foundational series, so it sucks that the 2 Might and Magics that Super Nintendo got are as buggy as they're reported to be. Which is significantly so. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot there. Oops, that was wrong. Oh well. Lock is still holding out. That's fine. Yeah, so how's that work? It's got to be investment oriented. Gotta be. Let me go ahead and save it. It's been a cool minute. Yes, right? Breath of Fire fishing music, I'm telling you. That's the only thing that this game is really missing is a fishing game. A fishing minigame. I would be all over that. All over that like myself on a fishing minigame. You know, that makes me want to try investing in Madeira and see if I can't trigger it. Hey, James, thanks very much. Is Gone to the Grey Haven. So I want to clarify because a couple people asked me. Gandalf the Grey did not die. He will not be coming back to my house as Gandalf the White. But he was rehomed recently. He was adopted by a very lovely couple, older couple. He's a chaplain. She works remotely from home. So she's going to be home with him all the time. They have a very quiet house. Their children are grown. So he's going to be... Gandalf is going to be pampered. We had to let him go for a number of complex reasons. I won't be going into that publicly. But it is a huge shame. We spent some time just looking at pictures of him yesterday and, you know, shedding a few tears and things like that. My wife's taking it a little rough. This morning she was crying because Gandalf would always greet her in the morning and follow her around the house to help get the kids up out of bed for school, things like that. So it's just, it's a hard transition for sure for us. Oh, I never got the glass beads. Oh, that's my mistake. Oh well. Yeah, the boys are still pretty young, so like I don't think the gravity of it has really hit them. Gandalf has been in the house their entire lives. We've had that cat for 11 or 12 years, and my eldest is 10, so yeah, he's gonna be pampered, and that's what I'm comforting myself with. My wife as well, is he's gonna be spoiled. He's gonna be taken well care of. They owned a cat that was very similar in size and species and breed, so yeah, it'll be good. It's a bittersweet. Comforting myself with some words from The Lord of the Rings, which I'm a huge fan of. Gandalf says, "I will not say do not weep, for not all tears are an evil." And that reminds me of, so I actually read through The Lord of the Rings recently with my children. Their first time hearing it. That's a tough journey when you have very young kids in the single digits, but we made it. And I reached the end of the book, you know, the Grey Havens section, and I'm like, my voice is like starting to break. And I'm like, the curtains parted and Frodo saw far off green country, and I'm just like, I'm about to sob. My wife's kind of just letting the quiet tears roll, and we're both like emotionally invested. And then my youngest is like, "Is this almost over?" That's what it's like. That's what it's like reading good literature to your kids when they're young. But I hope that's an investment in their intellects and stuff like that. So I know they'll appreciate it someday. But anyway, Gandalf the cat, gone to a better place. Still alive though, still very much alive. Let's see here. They should have shark hunting. Yeah. Breath of Fire fishing is awesome. Yeah, Breath of Fire 2, 3, and 4, real fun for fishing. I think Breath of Fire 3 is excellent. Even Breath of Fire 4, I mean, it's a beautiful game. But yeah, it's a fan of Lord of the Rings. I gotta say it, because some people might be like, why the hell is he talking about Lord of the Rings? That's kind of random. Like I've been told that too. So I don't know, maybe I'm a little traumatized. But yeah, somebody was like, well, that's kind of random that you mentioned Lord of the Rings. I'm like, he don't know me very well, do he? Yeah, the Grey Havens bit is a bit on the heart-wrenching side, yeah. I still get a little choked up even when I watch Pete Jackson's trilogy when we get to that part. And I love the story there too from the actors that they filmed that scene and it was very emotional. It's hard to wrench up that much emotion as well. And then they find out that that whole take had been wrecked for some reason. Can't recall why. And they basically had to redo the whole sequence all over again. And the second take is what you see in the final film. But that would be both irritating and frustrating for him. Yeah, there's the bingo. There's the Lord of the Rings mention, Middle Earth mention. You prefer Breath of Fire 1 fishing to Breath of Fire 4 fishing. Ooh, tell me why. I think I would probably put Breath of Fire 1's fishing on the bottom myself. Italians. Al dente. He's a real Italian, so we'll let him go by. He can go on. Gets bored and announces it. Yeah. At 5 years old, it can be tough too. Don't give up though, Derek. Definitely read to your children. I think it's a battle because children are, flooded with all of the stimuli from like the TikTok, YouTube era with like real short segments of explosive visual and audio stimulation. So to sit down and read a book is tough. Even as an adult, it's tough. But then you imagine for a child, that's got to be real tough. I like this quote that I saw about reading. University professor, I believe, said that reading is forced meditation. Like you have to stop and do that. It's different from listening to an audiobook. I consider audiobooks books. But actually sitting and reading, you're forcing yourself to focus. And that can be real tough. Breath of Fire 1 fishing didn't actively annoy me. I do find some things annoying about Breath of Fire 4's fishing. But Breath of Fire 1's fishing is almost non-existent. Like, you kind of just sit there and push a button, right? Like, I wish there was a separate screen and you got to see the fish a little more. Stuff like that, It's basically a harvest point, though. It's like the draw harvest points on Final Fantasy VIII. So there's not much to it. Happy Monday, Aegis. Happy Monday to you. Welcome to the stream. We're about to get a war started. I'm going to come over here and we'll pop in. Those that like fishing games and those that have no personality. I fixed it for you, Sarge Smash. Just kidding. Oh yeah, Dr. Seuss, the engaging stuff for the real young kids. Yeah, that's great. You start to, like, I really try to start to introduce classic literature to my kids at their age range. They both finished Wizard of Oz. That was my first novel. They both liked it. I let them select from my library as long as it's age appropriate. So one of them started H.G. Wells's Time Machine. The other one started War of the Worlds. Oh no, and he finished War of the Worlds. He started something after that. I can't recall what it was. Oh, we're doing the war. You call it orcs? I also call them orcs. No, I don't know. I'll call them orcs, blah, blah, blah. I'm kind of doing a Halo to kind of bite a bit. Well done. Yeah, RNG plus a bit of equipment. Yeah, it's just standing at a harvest point. That's all there is, Yeah, definitely. I need, like, if you're gonna have a fishing minigame, I need some robustness. Oh, the Link's Awakening fishing minigame is pretty good. I like the one in Ocarina as well. Link's Awakening is my favorite Zelda, though. Does anyone know what the point of donating to the Round Earth Society is? I also had that question. Ravaging Justice probably knows. Oh, hey, you know what? This week, I'm going to go ahead and announce our next giveaway batch. It's going to be 2 items. I'm not going to spoil what they are right now. But 2 items, 2 winners, and they are... No, I'm not going to spoil. They're RPG related. We'll say that. I will ship them to your home for free if you live in the contiguous United States, I think is what it is, right? So not Alaska or Hawaii, and not out of the country unless you pay for shipping. Then you're welcome to win. But I'll announce what those are. I'll show some pictures later this week. So look forward to that, please. Are you impressed to finish War of the Worlds? No, War of the Worlds is pretty short. It's a novella for sure. It's pretty short. And at their age, like, I just encourage them to just read and don't get too hung up on, like, if there's a weird phrase or a weird word. Like, you can look those things up, but don't, just try and get the general gist of the scene. But World of Worlds is a good book. It's pretty readable too, actually. It's not like trying to read Dickens or something. I really like Charles Dickens. But I wouldn't quite recommend Dickens to my kids just yet. There's a 70 prog rock album based on it. Oh, you got to share that with me again. You got to. Krypton, we are not going to be giving away the... No. That won't be that. I will cherish that the rest of my days. Thank you very much. The Fire 3 and 4 has the best fishing games. Yeah, there you go. See, he just knows what's up. Krypton, you gotta beat SimCity on SNES. It can be done. It's a surprisingly fun game. Okay, so let me do this then. We're going to... I hate this. This is the worst track in the game for audio. I don't know if this is gonna trigger or not. I mean... Your business had to change all their documents to contiguous. I learned that word from this chat. Oh man, Cinco Play flying in with the weirdly insulting comment. That's my new favorite Cinco Playism, is weirdly insulting. I'm gonna remember that the rest of my days. Well, yeah, congrats on following for 3 years. I am not responsible for any balding or bloating that occurs from too much well-read mage intake. Kids are reading War of the Worlds and Lord of the Rings and such. Christmas Carol should be fine. Oh yeah, no, that's true. I did read through Christmas Carol with them aloud. That one's probably more one of Dickens' more accessible, iconic novels. They didn't read Lord of the Rings though. I read that one to them, but they did read War of the Worlds themselves. Yeah, Great Expectations would be tough. Yeah, David Copperfield, Nicholas Nickleby, a couple other ones that we've got. I'm a huge fan of Dickens. Tale of Two Cities is like in my top 5 books of all time. I was blown away by Tale of Two Cities, but there are some dark books. Yeah, so again, thinking age appropriate in terms of the language itself, how easy it is to understand, how accessible it is, but also content. Oh, it is fun. That's why I didn't take offense that you took offense. I was just like, he can be upset for a little bit. Well, weirdly insulting gives me a fun phrase that I can hang on to and repeat, so thank you very much. Love the intro music. Did Putty. Is 100% okay. I like Christmas Carol. Okay, let's see here. There's nobody here. So look, I am still not getting this triggered, so there might be more battling that needs to be done, I guess. Like, what am I looking at here? I've got 4,632. I think that's combat fame. And then if I go to our character info, I'm at level 11 for combat, level 16 for navigation. I guess I have to do more. If this is still not triggering, you know? 6th grade teacher read The Hobbit. Wow. How long did that take? Did that take the whole school year? That's not a short book. I mean, The Hobbit is pretty long. Did I leave any money in the bank? Nice. Oh, that's great. Yeah, reading to your kids. That's great. That's good. Dickens Galveston has an event called Dickens on the Strand. First weekend in... I didn't know about this. No women of ill repute. It is Dickens after all, right? Oh, yeah. Being picky about movie adaptations. That's how you raise kids. That's good stuff, Infinite Metal. You know what? Infinite Metal, the more I pronounce and see your name, the more I am remembering that I do recognize your username. And we just haven't chatted for a while, I think. So I hope you've been well. That Koei music, oh, you came in at the worst time. This is the worst track in the game, for sure. It's pretty bad. You know what? I'm ready to read Children of Húrin to my children. My wife forbade me, though, so I'll have to wait till they're a bit older before we sneak Children of Húrin in there. That one's got some dark content, that's for darn sure. I've been pretty good. I've been, all things considered. You know, I think I've been okay. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I get it too. The midday thing, like, this is not a convenient time for anybody to watch, but it's the only convenient time for me, I've found out. I enjoy spending time with the family at night, and then I fall asleep. I remember trying to stream at like 8 o'clock at night, and I'm just like could barely function. So this is still not triggering. So I'm gonna have to go and do some more stuff. Don't like your music inane and repetitive. Over and over again. Not a great track. Not a great track. I wonder if it was a longer melody on the PC version. But yeah, let's get the heck out of here because I can't handle it. You know what I could do then is I could take a load of gold back to Europe and go from there. We could do that. Let's see. I'm going to fill this up. And then this one we'll go ahead and get 100 each. Can you imagine what this would sound like on Sega Genesis, though? Sound amazing. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, cool. I'm glad that that works out, then. That's cool, Major Rage. It's not perfect, this setup. But it's cheap. That's the nice part. It's cheap and it's reliable. I was using, and I mentioned this a couple times, I was using a capture card and Elgato, and very, very, very unreliable tech. Very unreliable tech. All right, the music's over. The music's over. Don't worry about it. Are we going to Robo Trek territory then here with you? Does you remember the Robo Trek was pretty bad? There should be a different soundtrack here. Yeah, in Mogadishu. This is the Breath of Fire 4 soundtrack. Okay, let's spend a night here at the inn. How's it going, Wesley Shantz? Oh, he read the novel aloud. Dang, so reading streams, I thought you could get in trouble for that. I hope he doesn't. He's got a good voice, so I'm sure the narration was good. How are you doing, Wesley? That was so much worse than RoboTrek? Ah, imagine now if RoboTrek had that sound. He sounds like a ringtone, honestly. Like that track is pretty bad. Well, you shouldn't be able to get in trouble reading your own fanfic on stream. That's for sure. This game seems interesting, like Koei JRPG made to compete with pirates. Yeah. So Infinite Metal, if you're gonna pick any Koei game on Super Nintendo, this is the one to play. There are 3 of them on my list, at least for RPGs. But this is good. That's good stuff. Okay, they don't have gold here, so we'll just keep going on down. So you also had trouble with the Elgato card. It came really highly recommended, but maybe it was just shills that were recommending it to me, and they weren't being honest. And that's the worst thing about shills, is they lie to you. Maybe they ran out of room on the cart. Maybe. This is an enormous game, so I would not be surprised if they'd run out of room. Yeah, Gemfire barely did not make the cut. Or barely made the cut? No, barely did. It didn't make the cut for my list. I did a little bit of playtesting on that, and did not find that it worked out. Okay, if I do call you, watch, I'll just start regularly calling you just so you can hear that ringtone even if you don't pick up. And then if you do pick up, I'll just hang up. That'd be great. Give me that much power. That would be spectacular. Let me see if I missed anything here. It's 8 p.m. on your end. That makes me feel a little better. Yeah, a little bit. Oh yeah, I've done that before. I used Corridors of Time. It's a much more gorgeous song. Set up an autocaller at 3 a.m. Oh my goodness. You brought this song yourself, Senko. Yeah, give me shorter games. Unless it's a farm sim, then give me the longest game imaginable. That's it. I have 2 modes. Okay, that seems pretty cheap, so we're gonna buy this up. And we will go all the way back to friggin'... Oh shoot, before I do this, I almost screwed that up. We need to have food. And everybody hated it. The number of times that I've heard the Metal Gear Solid exclamation mark sound effect as a text message notification. That's just lets me know how I've met a person who's basic. No, I'm just kidding. I did that myself. I did. I'm not proud of it. Nah, I'm proud of it. Who am I kidding? Okay, this is plenty. We're fine. I better get this up to 100 though. I can do maths. Watch me. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Alright, that ought to be okay, I think. Great ROM hack of Gemfire. I'm surprised at how many games Koei did put on Super Nintendo. Quite a few. So we've got the 3 RPG hybrids. We've got Gemfire is also Koei, right? We've got Lord of Darkness. There's 2 of those Nobunaga games, aren't there, on here? Pretty sure. Japanese convenience store. It's elevator music / Breath of Fire or fishing. Something like that. Last stream of Star Wars. Yeah, so I beat a pirate and stole like 3 of his ships. Rise of the Phoenix, I'm not familiar. I don't think I heard of that one. Okay, now we're ready to buy things up. Yeah, Nobunaga's Ambition, yeah. Is that and Lord of Darkness is like a sequel to it or something like that? I don't know. Thief! I stole from a pirate. I did. Guilty. You got me. We can afford the most space here, so let's just load them on up. And that already bumped up extremely expensive. Let's see if we can't get this down a little bit. And then I'll pick some up at the next town. We'll go ahead and stock this one up here then with that most expensive price. And then we'll go to the next place. The poorly named sequel. Yeah, Lord of Darkness kind of makes it sound more cool than it is, honestly. Like that. Just kidding. I don't have any ill will towards those games. I'm just glad I don't have to play them. There are a lot of Koei games on here that I'm like, thank God that's not an RPG. Because three of these games, all three of these are tough to get through. And this one's excellent. But it's not a walk in the park. Especially for a first-time player. Going in as semi-blind, you know, and trying not to have too many spoilers. You know? But, yeah, if it's your thing, then I bet you're happy, but they're not necessarily my thing. I really like RTS games. I'm not so sure about the really complicated strategy sims. I like 4X. I like whatever the Total War series is, like real-time strategy, turn-based tactics. Something like that. Yeah, let's see about getting some gold here. Warcraft and Starcraft, my man. Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, talk them down a little bit. Pele is gonna be a real punk with eating up food stuff. So let me see here. Yeah, they just chew through food like nobody's business. Oh yeah. I still have not played much of StarCraft 2. Really love StarCraft 1. You can get it for free. The original version. I think it's on GOG. And then the remaster or whatever costs money. At least last I looked. But then again, when last I looked, Theoden, not Aragorn, was King of Rohan. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. So Lords of the Realm 2. Oh, all this Lord of the Rings talk and strategy talk reminds me I need to play was it Battle for Middle-earth? I think was the RTS or the strategy game or whatever it was. Never played it. Really would like to. I really would like a Total War Middle-earth. Somebody made a mod for that evidently is pretty good. Okay. Let's load her up. And then I'm actually going to save the rest of that money for food. Because this is a long journey back. Oh, Mr. Thou knows what's up. The multiplayer single player campaigns are good. The story is not good. Oh yeah, Koei Tecmo more properly, right? They're like, hey, you make middling that's so mean. They're like, hey, you make middling strategy games and we make middling sports games, so why don't we get together sometime and merge? We did just finish playing Tecmo Secret of the Stars. If you were here for that, woof. Didn't hear many people come out of the woodwork to support that one. Well, one guy, Landmine, our old friend Landmine, who was very much, you know, a champion for that game. But, you know, it was a bit of a rough experience, let me tell you that. Glad it's over. Glad I only had to do it once. There it is. Tell them that one joke, you know. I was surprised too, because in all seriousness, Bad is the most frequently mentioned thing about Secret of the Stars, and yet that boss dies in like the first 2 hours of the game, and then you never see him again. So you're bereft of that beautiful Bad for the vast majority of that game. I felt a little extra cheated than normal. A little more than normally cheated. It's a shame. Crying shame. Oh yeah, there's the later Ray one. I didn't get that one, so I chose to ignore it. Pretended it. Brood War. Oh yeah. Brood War. That's good stuff. This is a good sound as well. A bit ringtone-y, but not as bad as that other one. This one's pretty good though. Okay, we are gonna chew through a lot of food doing this, but it must be done. Yeah, it's like that's all anybody's ever played about that game, right? Yeah. It's an out-of-place thing for an NPC to say. I gotcha. Job's finished. Best part of... Well, the best part. One of my favorite things about StarCraft were the voices. Battlecruiser operational. I have to go, number one. Like, you keep clicking on them and they just say funnier and funnier things. My friends and I almost died in a carpool trip once. Driving through LA. We were laughing so hard it was hard to see and breathe, and we were on the highway, and we were talking about the battle cruiser, and somebody was like, Yamato kid in the online, and then the next guy goes, Yamato so fat, and like a your mama joke that you had to be there, but we could not stop laughing. Speaking of StarCraft, and somebody mentioned Christmas, when's the last time you heard the 12 Days of Christmas according to the StarCraft characters? You need to look that up on YouTube, especially if you've never heard it. I must agree, Secret of the Stars was a painful experience. It certainly was. And a brand new SCV. Lurkers. I like Lurkers. I like Zerg quite a bit. I used to play Tyranids in Warhammer, so that's the way it goes. Yamato so fat. Yeah, it was great. In the Russian voice, too. Okay, let's do this and see who we got here. Oh, this guy's a pirate. I've beaten him like 3 times already. Let's see if we can't get a save in, and then I will go ahead and destroy his fleet. Take that, Idris Elba. I mean, Aiden Lays? Okay. We already defeated him, like... This is the guy that I beat earlier this morning that I got ships from, so... Okay, let me see now. Where is his... Oh, it's right there. Okay, we could do this. No. Who's on up right there? Dual time. Okay, he's got his dumb old claymore. Take that. Have at thee. Yes. Just need 2 of those to go through. Claymore, I think, is a striking weapon. So I always have to pull up the manual and look at it. You could not, like, I could not play this game without the manual. This is when you absolutely need. We're gonna try a dodge. Ah ha! Ah ha! Okay, I think he's going to parry. So I'm going to do this. Oh, he didn't parry. Good for him. Good for him. Dodge is one of the 5 Ds of dodgeball. What are the other 4 Ds? I don't know if I know this. If this is a reference, I don't know it. Like me not getting a reference. Can you imagine that? Okay, let me try dodging again. We'll see if he strikes one more time. He did. Fool of a took. And let's try a little... He's dead. Oh, that was easy. It's duck, dodge, dip, dive, and also dodge. There is duck, dip, dive, dodge. Mr. Temper, thanks for your restraint. We appreciate you. Remember, we got two mods in chat today. We got Cinco, and we got Major Rage. So you better watch yourselves. Yes, we beat the pirates. We managed to seize a lot of money and a crown of majesty. We captured 10 ships. I don't want another ship. Well, maybe I should take it, because... yeah, I'll add it to my fleet. Okay, we need another Hawaiian name. We'll go with... oh, I know. We'll go with the Hawaiian Superman himself. Maui. It's confusing to me that Maui is such a huge character in Moana when they're clearly like Samoan or Tahitian in that. I can't remember exactly. Oh, that's way too much. Let's see. Well, I did that all wrong. Forget it. Should have did another 50. Ah, darn it, man. I'm screwing this. Just, I can't. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Let's see. But is it okay to talk about the Emperor? I can't remember what that means, but it's ZOG, isn't it? I think that's why you're not allowed to play Breath of Fire 1 on Twitch anymore. No, just kidding. I think you can still play it. I don't remember what it means though. I nearly said it too. You almost got me to say it. Well, why is this one so stocked? Oh, both of those are pretty stocked. This guy, he's super stocked. You know what? We'll do this. Take the food instead, since it's more expensive. And how about here? There we go. That's everybody. Yep, see you later. Okay, nice. That was pretty great. Yeah, you're not allowed to say that. I'm surprised that oh yeah, you did get automodded. Bum, bum, bum. No, you can still play Breath of Fire 1. I was kidding about that. But yeah, whatever that word means, I can't remember what it means. I just know it's one of those, hey, you're not allowed to say this. words that they keep coming up with. Like, why invent new words that you're not allowed to say? I don't know. Somebody think about that for a while. Give me a good answer. I assume you can, because that should be how words work. That it's not like magic where like you say something and then it's like, oh no, you said this, and I'm like, yeah, but contextually that's not what that means. People don't care about context anymore. Oh, I see you, Spaniard. I see you. Y'all are going down. Oh yeah, it's at night. Whoops. I don't think I can catch this guy. Let me get to that shore. Oh, yeah. See, you're not allowed to say aura farming anymore. Now, I saw somebody shared a screenshot from that stupid new Final Fantasy game where they're all wearing, like teenager mall clothes. And the tweet was like, oh, look, they be aura farming. Or, like, which one's aura farming the most? I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? What are you talking about? I didn't know what they were talking about. So that you have a bit of time when you get away with saying it until everyone else catches on what it means. There you go. That makes sense to me. Oh, no, it's another storm. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't. Zorgon? You could. You could. I generally don't believe in censorship, but I'm also not going to go out of my way to offend somebody unless I'm having an argument with them. So it's kind of hard when it's like, hey, here's a video game and now you can't say the character's name. I think that's a little weird. I'm coming to get you, Giuseppe Arleo. Is this is the guy, right? Please tell me this is the guy. It's not. So what happened to the other guy? This is Italian? I don't want to pick on the Italians. I wanted to fight the Spaniards. Oh, phooey. Oh, well. I'm not going to fight them. Italians are my friends. They make good food. Oh, yeah, that's right. The new Dissidia game. See, that's the thing, though, is like Square Enix is so good at alienating legacy fans to attract new fans that they picked up all these new fans that are like, yo, we be aura farming. And then the rest of the fan base that they spent 40 years building are like, what the heck are you talking about? Oh, speaking of Square Enix. So I shared this in our Discord. Square Enix recently went after a blog for defamation of reputation and harassment. A blog of some kind. I didn't have a chance to read it, but it immediately made me think of Shinra. Oh, you looked it up. Oh yeah, in the long history of giving Final Fantasy games terrible names post Final Fantasy 12. Yeah, Final Fantasy Dissidia Duodenum. Duodecum. Stupid name. Who's in charge of naming games over there? Ridiculous. That was the first thing that I thought. Now, I don't want to be like, oh, you know, like anybody should be allowed to harass developers. I don't think that's true. But I do think that a studio going after like a website for reputation harm is kind of weird. I do think that's a little uncomfy. Dissidia Duodenum. That's the low-hanging fruit right there. Like, what a stupid name. Dissidia Duodecum? Dumb as heck. Duodenum even sounds better than Duodecum. That Spaniard looks like a Tamu European red mage. Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry that you had to learn about that Dissidia game against your will, single play. I take full responsibility. Am I pro Siren's Feathers? I don't know and have no opinion. There you go. Practicing my political weaves. I guess he sank in the storm? I don't know. It'd be cool if he could dredge up his ship at the wreck and take whatever from there. Duodecim? How are we spelling this? I don't even know. Dissidia, don't bother. There it is. Is duellum. Duodenum? Are these real? You had an inflamed duodenum. Did you cast Blizzaga on it? Dissidia doo-doo diaper. We're so clever. I hope somebody's listening. We're like, this is comedy gold. Nothing has ever been said that is as clever as these. Oh, we got caps lock. Watch it, Aegis. Watch that blood pressure. You go to the doctor's like, you gotta watch your blood pressure. Think about your favorite game. Thinking about interacting with people on the internet. False ravaging justice. Duodenum is a doctor who is a villain in Earthworm Jim, but only on Sega Genesis. So that's actually, they named the organ after that character. I hate to break it to you. Poop is always funny. I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, stay tuned for more completely accurate history things. Okay. We are on our way. Final Fantasy Chocobo's Duodecim. So why haven't they done a Final Fantasy Surgeon Simulator yet? Because that... Oh my gosh, you piece of crap! Look at this stupid... Did you see that? The storm hits and then, like, before I could even react, like 3 ships sank. Awful. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Use caps because people aren't listening. Nobody's listening. Except to me. You know why? Because I had my tray table up and my seat back in the full. No, because I'm the only one with a microphone. So, there's a lot to read. Dissidia Doo-Wop. The rhythm game. Doo-wop, doo-wop. Okay, you say that now, but somebody's going to publish a hit AI-generated music cover, 2 hours of Final Fantasy Doo-Wop. Doo-wop, doo-wop. You got stabbed by Sephiroth's Masamune. Doo-wop, doo-wop. Shoo-ba-da-ba, bada-boom-boom-bob. I would probably listen to that. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, how come Dissidia? Even the main name Dissidia is a stupid name. At least it is easy to pronounce, but it doesn't immediately lend like itself to looking like it means anything. Like it just sounds and looks like gibberish. Like it's probably like, well, in Latin conjugated to the Greece language to koine. In Hebrew, it actually means this. And I was like, no, I don't know. Okay, here's that guy. So now we're going to catch him. Carlos. He does look like a red mage. All red mages have butt chins, by the way. I don't know if you're aware about this. Kingdom Hearts has significantly bad subtitles, for sure. I don't know about worse. Oh, yeah, thank you, Infinite Metal. We gotta sneak a Weird Al reference in here once in a while. Albuquerque. So when we drove from California to Texas, when we were moving, drove through Albuquerque, I had to put the song on. It was like, this might be the only time in my life that I'm in Albuquerque. So I'm gonna listen to the song. Dissidia Duolingo. There you go. Final Fantasy Edutainment. Why haven't we done that yet? Probably be better than whatever it is that they're doing now. Here we go. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Okay, so we got a couple things going on. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Oh, I deserved it for insulting the second Dissidia game? Dang. Let's see. That's why you need a first mate to warn you. To warn me of what? Oh, the storms. Wow. So in an interview, you were asked, "Are farts funny?" That's interesting. Did they ask you for like a small sample? Oh yeah, I saw that with the Sega dev kit thing. Was Nintendo in on that too? In it. Chocobo's Racing is the best game Squall has ever been in. I can't argue with that. Oh yeah. So Major Rage said I can't wait till the Al concert in May, but I read that as the AI concert in May, and I was like, what? Weird Al, right? Not Weird AI. Let's see. All red mages have butt chins. Yes. No, not all people with butt chins are red mages. This is a failure of the Venn diagram, Krypton. Stay with me. I lost all my ships to storms before you get... Yeah, you know what? If you're gonna be on stream, you have to bloviate all of your emotions. That's how it works. That's why being a content creator is exhausting, because the culture demands that you be as hyperbolic and exaggerated as possible. Like if I was alone, I'd be like, oh, that sucks, and then I'd reset the thing. But if you're on stream, you gotta be like, what? Did you see that, you guys? Worst thing ever. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. Thanks very much. See you next time. Without much further ado, here's our video. It's the first Western state you visited. Oh yeah, it looks Western. I get it. Sega used Nintendo's PI firm. Oh, I get it. Yeah, Al and AI. Yeah. I thought it was being sarcastic, but yeah, AI concert and Al concert are definitely not on the same level. Yeah. I remember flying out, seeing all the random things. The tough thing, Major Rage too, with like the hyperbole thing is I can't compete with certain people at a hyperbole level. Like, remember that guy with his first playthrough of FF7, and for some reason every single like reaction that he had was like in all caps and was like, you know, oh, nobody told me Yuffie was like a random, you know, secret character, and it's like, yeah. And normally like that would be a normal reaction, but because it's the internet, it's got to be dialed up to 11, and then all the responses are dialed up to 11, and pretty soon it's going viral, and it's like, this is just a guy playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time. It's not even breaking news on a slow news day, on a slow news year. He had undumped ROMs. Oh, and tried to sell them? See, I didn't know that. You know what? Canadians in chat, specifically Mr. Temper, read more books. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. And now see, here's the thing though, is like at this point in my life, I know I'm doing this as a side gig and it's fun and it's a hobby. There was a time in my life where I was making a decent amount of money from sponsorships and stuff like that with writing. And that's great, but the stuff that you have to do to maintain that and to keep up that appearance within the culture is freaking exhausting. The worst thing about being a content creator is being extremely fake, is being a shill, is being hyperbolic 1,000% of the time. It's just not a good, healthy way of life. A lot of content creators are utterly miserable. They have a terrible time with it because of all those demands on your mental health. And I wish that people would be more honest about it. It would mean that we could get back to maybe more honest content creation and not pretend that you can, you know, just play video games for a living and everything's okie dokie. Like, this is way more than than just that. When's the Hyperbole? Oh, that was a bad example. I haven't been paying attention to his tweets. No, I have not. Because only the ones that go viral are the ones that I see. But no, I haven't been, I didn't follow him or anything. I definitely didn't look through his entire history of reactions to Final Fantasy VII. Because like I said, at the end of the day, it's just a guy playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time. That's not even breaking news. That's just doing it for a YouTube channel. And it works. That's because that's the way that the internet functions. Imagine his surprise when he tries FF6 and meets Gal. Temper reads or try to strike. Yeah, I know Temper's a smart guy. He's just being playful with his vocabulary thing. Yeah. I'm being overly harsh on him. I am absolutely not being overly harsh on him. There's no need for accusations, Aegis. I'm absolutely not being overly harsh on him. In fact, my last comment about it was that people should be less harsh about him. I am saying that he's being hyperbolic because that's absolutely what he is. That's not being harsh. That's being realistic. Like I've done this Red Mage thing for 10 years. I've seen people do this exact same thing. Why do you think it goes viral? Because that's the way the algorithm works. It values that specific kind of content. He's got a YouTube channel. He knows what he's doing. And it's great. It's actually smart. That's how this is my fundamental point. My fundamental point is this is how you get famous doing this kind of work. You have to churn out that level of excitement and exasperation. And at a certain point, it's a different point for different people. But at a certain point, there's a level of facade there. And not admitting that is kind of buying into it. We're just talking about some guy who's playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time, and a bunch of his tweets got super popular because he is very kind of shocked. All caps shocked, if you like. Again, I'm not suggesting that every single one of his tweets is in all caps, but yeah, he's surprised that Vincent is a secret character. Surprised that things are this way or that way because he played Remake first. There's nothing wrong with that. And like I said, my last tweet about him was that people were being overly harsh about him. Yeah, it's not breaking news. It has nothing to do with his age. I've seen people my age do the exact same thing. But that's because that's the way that content creation works. You what? Okay, you apparently can't hear when you're using text-to-speech because it silences your phone? I don't know what that means. He's shocked by how bad the game is. No, he's not. No, he's just shocked at things that are different in the original versus the remake. Saying things with strong confidence does not seem to often get more attention and interest even when dubious. Saying things with strong confidence does not seem to get more attention, or does seem to get more attention and interest even when dubious. I think so. Yeah, there's that level of hyperbole that's required in order to do this kind of work properly and do the whole get famous thing. I'm personally exhausted with it and find it exhausting, in fact. But not everybody does, and that's fine. Okay, let's see. Scimitar, I'm guessing, is a lashing weapon, so yes, that was a good guess. And let me try... We're going to save the thrust here. This is doable. This is doable. Maybe he'll lash again. I don't know. Oh, he did. Boom! Done. Easy. Easy peasy. Oh, so you weren't hearing what I was saying. So so I'll shoot straight with you, Aegis. Not hearing what I'm saying and then accusing me of being harsh is not great. I think that's a bad look. But I think if you went back and listened to what I said, you'd find that I was not being overly harsh about him. And in fact, I came to his defense in my last post about him. But I do think that has nothing to do with his age, nothing to do necessarily with him personally, but that sort of thing represents a larger culture of hyperbole that is built up around YouTube, around Twitch, around content creation. And that's the part that is what I'm being harsh about, because I think that kind of culture that exists is extremely draining. It's exhausting. I mean, you see content creators quit all the time, rage quit all the time, or they'll just disappear. And the reason for that is because it's exhausting. It's not just playing video games, for a living. There's a whole ton more than just that. The most shocking part is that he didn't know about these things already going into it. I mean, I agree that is a little shocking considering how famous Final Fantasy VII is. At the same time, he's still a teenager. He wasn't around when 7 was out. And there's a lot of ways in which you could find yourself playing Remake before you play the original. Certainly in the younger crowd, there's a lot of pressure to really love the remake. I don't love the remake, so that's not my thing. Not a new thing either was when watching VHS old TV research. Reveals how much common passed around intellectual factoids. Yeah, I think maybe the immediacy of our communication. Really means how much. Oh, raisins. The immediacy of our communication. I'm gonna lose track of what I was saying. Means that we get to see that a lot more frequently, rather than in the 90s you'd have to get like a VHS or catch it on TV or something like that. Whereas today you can just hop online and immediately see every possible human reaction at all times quickly. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna do. Oh, no. Hold up. Let's go ahead and get some more food and water here. I will take that, and then we'll take that. Oh, shh. I did that wrong. We could, you know what? That's fine. Yeah. Okay, we got the raisins. Oh, save me. Bye. He's gone. Okay, let me check. Ooh, you better get to shore. Let me save. And then, why is this doing this to me? Oh, I'm not going to save during a storm. Okay, because that could have been really bad. Whew. Hey, he's telling me about the storm hitting, though, ravaging justice, so I don't know what I might have missed. I came out of the port the last time. The storm immediately hit, and then I lost 3 ships right in a row. That is brutal, let me tell you. All right. Let me sail on out of here. Save this game. Who's this? Let me see if this is anybody that we can attack for no real good reason. Turkish battle fleet. Ooh. Oh, then they're pirates too. Oh, well, guess what I get to do? No. You ruined it. Oh, no, that sucks. Or maybe I should have did the hyperbolic reaction. What? I can't believe it, you guys. Did you see that? No, just kidding. All right, let me scroll up here and see what I might have missed, because there was a lot going on there. Wrecked. We demolished it. He was only a merchant, you know? So we got raisins. I'm not really sure what to do with the raisins. Everything's fake online. Yeah, there we go. Or, like, why can't we go back to... Remember when we used to say, don't believe everything you read online? And nowadays, it's absolutely the opposite of that. Like, so that's what happened, right? Going back to last October, nobody who didn't know me, let's say, tried to, and some people who did know me, nobody tried to look up context themselves. Nobody tried to go back and find original statements or question things. Nobody was skeptical about things said online. It was just like, here's an accusation. Let's believe that to the nth percent. And that's what I mean too, Mr. Temper. He's acting just right for social engagement. That is how you do social media successfully. That's why, that's the actual aspect of what I was criticizing. That's how you do social media. Put all the trade goods on one ship so you can sell them at once. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. I will try and do that. I've got a couple selling gold, so we'll have to look out for that. It is exhausting to see every human reaction at the same time. Do not look at Twitter before bed. Absolutely not. Here's a good rule of thumb that you can follow. This works for me. So here's an anecdotal thing. Is stop looking at anything online after dinner. If you eat dinner around, you know, like the normal time, right? Like if you eat dinner at like 10 o'clock at night, I can't help you. But yeah, the goal is to not look at online stuff for me after a certain period of time toward the end of the day, because then you can already just get sucked into all kinds of horrible things. Wonder with Al. Oh, not Weird Al. Okay. Algorithm I started service for become a healthier discourse. Okay, so if the AI getting better at shit. So I have no. Personally, I don't see AI helping us solve our behavior problems. I think AI could exacerbate some of those issues. But that's just me. Yeah, fire guns. That didn't do anything. That barely did anything. I guess these cannons aren't that great. Or maybe I'm not carrying enough gunpowder. I don't know. I haven't really had much opportunity to use cannons. Oh, they're going to get that ship demolished, aren't they? Oh, that's true. I mean, I'd love to maximize the profit on raisins, but I don't really want to go like super far out of my way to do so. You know? I'm going to come around this way. See if I can't. I probably shouldn't have done that. Ugh. Yeah, I agree, Infinimental. I don't think that human beings are designed for social media. I think that there's quite a lot there that can go south. Now I think I might lose a ship here. This is not great. I might need to reset this one just to have a better thing. So it looks like they wiped one of the ships. Now how's that work then? Am I gonna lose that ship when this battle's over? Ugh. I think I could get in a better starting position for that. Do not eat internet after dinner. Yeah. It's a good rule of thumb. It's helped me at least. Because I would doom scroll in bed and then go to sleep stressed out or irritated. Even just like going to sleep irritated, like that can wreck your mental health. So I try to spend time with the family at night. Try and watch a movie, read a book, play a board game, play a video game, something like that just takes me out of it. That was especially important when I wrote about video games and marketed my writing. Because you could just always bring your work home, you know? Okay, try this again. Oh, shoot. Okay, hang on. Here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that lumber to repair these. Oh, you come here for arguments? Yesterday you said you've never argued with me. Oh, there he goes. No, you don't. Oh, you do keep the ship. It's out of crew. Okay. Yeah, and oftentimes I wonder what the internet would have been like had it not been commercialized as well. Oh, right, Mr. Temper. I mean, you're... Somebody called me this once, so I feel comfortable calling you this. As a chainsaw looking for a tree. Right, somebody. Blood somewhere. Okay, let's go ahead and anchor and then do some repairs. I guess not. I thought I had lumber. I could have sworn I had lumber. But I guess I do not. Okay. Well, as long as Storm's here. Yeah. I mean, like, obviously, Infinite Metal, obviously, bad human behavior has been around for a long time, right? As long as there's been humans. But the way that social media introduces anonymity and amplifies our ability to access other people, that, I think, is the part that exacerbates all that. What beavers? Temper is gaslighting your red and police. Well, it would be gaslighting if it worked, but it's just lying if it doesn't work. So I know Temper's lying. I have a decent enough memory to remember that he and I argue enough. Let's say, again. I always said you folks were gassy. Yeah, makes it harder to deal with. Plus, now there are tools to do that sort of thing really easily. You know, one of the things with the rise of AI was what happens when there starts being fake news clips. We've already had to deal with that, you know? Expensive figureheads. I mean, I guess. I don't like spending money. That's my main thing. Yeah, let's land here in San Jorge, and we'll go ahead and try repairing some ships. The bomb item clears storms. I thought I purchased that. Oh, I've got a lot of these other things too. What's a good use for all of these extra, like, accessory items that I picked up? Like, I have a crown here. Like a treasure. Is that just sell and forget about it? Or should I save them for any sort of gift giving? Makes sense using it during a storm, for sure. Okay, let's do some fixing here. Actually, these are pretty affordable ships. The Zebek that I bought, that one was really expensive to fix. Okay. Hopefully that's good enough. King of the High Seas. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me see. I think that's good. Yeah, because it's not like in the first one where you have, like, a princess whose hand you're trying to win, you know? So, there's, Right, how does that work? It's fine. We'll just try to make it... Oops. We'll try to make it all the way up to Europe. Another friggin' storm. This this part is particularly bad for storms. I think you can give gifts. No. Or maybe it is. Am I remembering right that you can give gifts to waitresses? Imagine like, hey, here's the crown jewels. You're my favorite waitress. And that's a big tip right there. When I used to work for the restaurant, it's not like anybody ever tipped me a priceless artifact. But I would have accepted it if they had. Yeah, waitresses. I'm not sure what the point is for that. There hasn't been a situation where I'm like, well, I really need this waitress to like me, so I'll give them a crown that I found. I have not been in that situation yet, and to my knowledge, I can't think of anybody else that you could turn in an artifact to right now. Presumably they're in there, but for me at this stage of the game, they might just be like just free money, you know. Yeah, so I ran a Panera Bread during the height of its popularity. I worked for that company for nearly 10 years. I was a manager, and I was also a member of the team that went around opening new stores. So I got to train places. But at that restaurant in particular, everybody kind of did everything. Or at that chain. So, you know, you in order to be a manager in particular, fortunately, you had to learn every part of the business. So, yeah, I waited tables. I took food to tables. You don't really take the order at the table, but you bring the order to the table. Didn't have the right level of red mage chin. Well, nobody will be able to tell because this chin is bearded. It is clad in the goodness. You know what? What if it's too late? I sailed too far away. Yeah, so there were a couple that I'd went to in like the really hoity-toity parts of Southern California, where they would actually take a person's order at a table and then go to a register and punch it in. But most of the time you'd walk up to a cashier when you got there. Then you'd go and sit down, and then they'd bring you your food, right? I ducked out of Panera. Well, so I started getting heart issues because at Panera you could get a discount on food, but you could also get free drinks, right? So I was pounding quad shots of espresso multiple times a day because I was doing things like staying in at work at like 1 a.m. and then going into work at like 5 the next day. So I needed the quad shots. I was in my 20s, you know. I was like, I could do this. But turns out that you can seriously wreck your health if you are pounding quad shots of espresso and feeling like you're flying multiple times a day. So would not recommend doing that. Oh my gosh. Freaking the worst right here. I might have to reset this. But yeah, I checked out before they introduced that deadly lemonade. Does anybody remember that? I think it was called Supercharged Lemonade. It killed 2 people because it was self-serve, and one like medium-sized cup was like drinking 4 Red Bulls. So somebody could go there as internet cafe style and just keep downing that stuff. It killed a young college girl, and it killed a guy in his middle-aged years. So yeah, they took that down, and that was Panera's already crested. Like they're on the downward descent now. So yeah, this is bad. There's wrecking of my ships again. Bwap, 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 bwap. I was trying to bless the rains, but it didn't happen. So certain times of year, you have a dragon figurehead. I have one dragon figurehead, a couple unicorn figureheads, and a commander figurehead. But they've all got figureheads, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, the west coast of Africa, different times of year will have more or less storm frequency, which makes sense. Oh, we do rock the dragon in this house. Though they died had known caffeine restriction issues, but it seems they just weren't very clear about the amount of caffeine. Yes, because caffeine, it goes without saying that caffeine can affect different people in different ways. Like I can't take in a ton of caffeine now. I did my time with that. Yeah, not being clear about how much caffeine was in it and making it self-serve. Like, they don't have self-serve espresso at Panera. That would kill people. Because they're like, what is this magic chocolate syrup? And they would just down, 8 ounces, 20 ounces of espresso in one sitting. But, yeah. Not great. Not great. I think they did. Their food used to be great too. Now they've really sunk. They've really sunk a lot. Their last time we went there, I was like, never again. It's just like you get a tiny triangle of food for like $15. If I'm gonna pay that much for food, I'll just go to a sit-down restaurant. Plus, too, when I worked for them, the stuff actually used to be fresh. They would bake it in-house overnight. Now it comes frozen, and so they're not even making the dough, kneading the dough and stuff like that in a restaurant. So, right, yeah, they're so. I mean, the sense being that they bore quite a lot of responsibility for that, Yeah, they did have some good food though once upon a time. I don't know if you've ever been depressed enough to eat a bread bowl full of mac and cheese. I've done that before, not proud of it, but they have good mac and cheese, and those bread bowls are delicious. But you're ending your shift and you're like, I only got I had a fight with my girlfriend and stuff like that. So let me just have the bread bowl mac and cheese, please. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, yes. Does it come with some aspirin? Are you proud of me for that? Thanks, Ninja Killer 76. I appreciate that. No, it's not one of my proudest moments. Okay, so let me see here. I reset, so I didn't get. I don't think I saved after that battle. Oh no, I did get the galleon. Okay. So, what do I want to do here? I think, do I still have the raisins? No, I'm not really remembering. I do have the raisins, and I got a lot of gold too. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sell the raisins here. Frickin' raisins. Let's transfer stuff. We'll just try and dump all the raisins onto the first ship. Here. This is a good tip. This is definitely a good tip. Because otherwise you could wreck the price of raisins. Okay. And then we will also get these ships repaired. Let me do that first so I don't forget. I was right here. So Panera didn't serve beer, so I did not have a beer with that. I actually don't really like beer at all. I think it's a horrible flavor. Every single one that I've ever tried. Okay, there we go. Now... Hello? Are we back? I think we're back. Oh, you You muted me. That's so it was you that caused it. No, just kidding. All right, yeah. Now, like I was saying on Jurassic Park, when you gotta go, you gotta go. And the internet was like, it's fine with me. Get all this food stocked up, and we could sail on. Hello, hello. Welcome back to this lovely stream here playing Uncharted Waters. I have met Frenchmen. None of them has sounded like that. It was me, Sarge. The butler did it. See, I told you. I told you. Woot. Oh, it's spelled W-E-W-T. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Okay, here we go. There's a ship back there, and I wonder who they are. Turkish battle fleet. You know what? I could use some more Venetian. Oh, and they're pirates too. Well then. It's not gonna let me do it. I will save the current game, and I will. Oh my gosh! Why? Why? So actually, I do want to know what caused that to happen, because I did just repair those ships, and they lasted about 2 seconds in a storm. They do have figureheads. So what the heck is the thing? If you type it in leet, it makes your back hurt. Avoid leet at all costs. Hey, so you know what? I've mentioned this. My start button is going out on this controller. This is an original controller, so I'm very sad about that. But I did buy some replacements recently, finally upgrading my original Super Nintendo controllers to the 8-bit Do wireless set. I bought 2 of them so I could play with the kids as well. Kind of sad about that. I'm not going to toss these because they're still good. But, yeah, a little upsetting. Okay, here we go. This is pirate. Lots of pirates coming through here. Pirate Angwar Gear. Pirate Richard Gere. Is this a real pirate? A historic pirate? Because we fought a historic pirate previously. Previously on Fighting Historic Pirates. They are a ways away. I should be able to reach him next turn, though, which is great. Yeah, so I was just talking with my good friend Duct Tape. Duct Tape Plays on Twitch. Y'all should give him a follow. Who recommended these 8-bit Do controllers, but he said do not get their Genesis controller. I guess they really wanted their Genesis controller to match original Genesis controllers that suck and break all the time. But no, I guess their Genesis controller is not very good. But I've got 2 or 3 other controllers by them that I think are really awesome. I have a SN30 Pro Plus that looks like a PS1 controller that's really good. I have their NES controller, and there's one other one that I'm not remembering. So those are great. Like they're great controllers, super reliable, no lag. So these ones that I picked up, they were cheap. They were affordable. I don't believe in paying $90 for a controller. I think that's ridiculous. But these were in the $20 range. So I actually have cleaned these a couple times, Mr. Temper. I think they're just old. You know, they're from '91, so they've served me well. But yeah, I've popped open these controllers maybe 3-4 times, and they'll still kind of work, but they'll limp along. It's not as reliable as it used to be. Oh, you have an NES themed keyboard. Really? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I know I'll like these controllers from 8-bit Do. I've loved the other ones that I have. SN30 and N30. I think those are the 2 that I have. There's another one that I have. I just can't remember what it is. For sure. Well, there are some action RPGs that I'm a little worried about, but I will have the original hardware if that becomes an issue, just in case. There you go. I just need 2 of those in. Let's see. He's using a bastard sword, so with an E. I don't remember what that one does. I'm just going to try blocking. And then if we can get one more good hit in. And I guess we'll try this thrust attack here. Oh, there was a 5 on the end. Oh, he's dead. That was easy as heck. Mario RPG? Yeah, for the platforming segments, yeah, and some of the mini games for sure. Like I said, there are some action RPGs where you'd want really minimal lag. A couple of those that are really hybridized. The 2 beat 'em up RPGs, King of Dragons, Knights of the Round. ActRaiser has got some action segments. Then there's things like Secret of Mana. And that's still pretty menu based, so I don't think you'd need that too badly there. Ys 3, which we already beat. Zardion, which we already beat. I don't think we have any action RPGs left. Those sailors were dogs. All right, we did it. We did it. Hooray for us. I'm just gonna take food because screw water. No, just kidding. Water is really cheap, so. Not worried about it. Aside from the storms, this is a pretty great place to snipe some foolish fools. Oh yeah, and I couldn't get another ship though, because I didn't have another sailor available, so or another captain available. So I'll have to try and recruit somebody else. Let's see if I can get out of here. Let me take a look at the list again one more time. Lagoon is one that I would want minimal lag for. Lagoon, action RPG. EVO, action RPG. Brandish, I would definitely want precision for. Brain Lord is an action RPG. There are quite a few action RPGs on here. You ever meet somebody who thinks Chrono Trigger is an action RPG? Come on now. What else? Ooh, who's that? It is Italiano Giuseppe Arleo. I think we'll leave the Italians out of this. Oh my gosh. Whew. Okay. Let's see. Lord of the Rings is an action RPG. Super Ninja Boy. So I haven't played that one yet. We will be playing that one soon. Oh, Soul Blazer. You would absolutely want no lag for Soul Blazer. I think that's about it. Oh, Magic Sword. That one's fringe. Very, very fringe. Illusion of Gaia. Stuff like that. Yeah, so the line of argumentation, and so I saw this pop up after 16 came out. There was a movement from the deep Final Fantasy fan base to revise the history of Final Fantasy by saying that Final Fantasy has almost always predominantly been an action RPG series and not a turn-based RPG series. And they would make that claim by saying that ATB is an action RPG system, not a turn-based system. They would say that obviously very transparently to try to defend Final Fantasy 16. But the line of reasoning was that ATB functions like a cooldown, which is a very MMO-oriented, action-y type language, despite the fact that, to my knowledge, no developer around when they invented and were first utilizing ATB ever used the phrase cooldown. They used terms like turn because that's what it is. You wait for your turn. In the same way that you wait for your turn in a turn-based battle. There's just a real-time element to it. Let's see. I'm a little paranoid about the ships, so I do think I will go ahead and used to see 7 listed as action RPG a couple decades ago. That's completely new to me. I've never... And I want to say I did a lot of research into RPGs fairly recently. But I've never seen that, certainly not to any kind of large degree from like a community until very, very recently, like past couple years. Oh yeah, playing semantics, like, one of them said to me, well, what is a turn anyway? A turn could just be the amount of time it takes you to press a button with your thumb, like in a fighting game or an action game. Therefore, every possible attack you could do as fast as you can mash that button is a turn. And I was like, wow, I think we're witnessing the destruction of human language in real time. So it's very surprising. I did put a bit of that in my book as well about ATB being turn-based. Yeah, because you're still looking at turn order. Now, a couple people would respond to that with, let me throw this on you. Respond to that with, well, the turns could be out of order though, so they're not really turns. I don't think that really matters though, because even in definitely turn-based games, like let's say Final Fantasy X, which nobody that I've ever met argues is an action RPG. But even in Final Fantasy X, you can manipulate speed stats, haste and slow and stuff like that, to get multiple turns in before an enemy takes their turn. That doesn't make it not turn-based. It just means you get more turns before the enemy gets their turn. So I don't know what kind of logic they're teaching these kids in school these days, but wowee. And I got wrecked again. Even though I just repaired these ships. And that's why, so a lot of that conversation too is not really the reason why I wrote these books. But the book that I wrote, the definitive book of SNES RPGs Volume 1, is about definitions, because I think we need definitions for words in order to have conversation. So that it is utterly meaningless if somebody says a turn can be anything, even in a fighting game. And then, so what? You say Street Fighter 2 is your favorite turn-based game? Well, at that stage, turn-based means nothing. If it means everything, it means nothing. That ought to be patently obvious and logical to people, but somehow it's not. And screw this here. Oh my goodness. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, I'm surprised, Justice, at how much damage they take during a storm, because I did just repair them, and then they immediately started wrecking all the way over again. Did anyone else use when I first played Final Fantasy, maybe 4 first, I think I did. No, because there was no bar. There was no visible bar, right? I think I tried that on 6. I think I played 6 before Chrono. Okay, let me just I don't know how to get out of here. Hooey. Okay, they're saying use the bomb. I don't know that I have one on me. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't have the bomb. Do not have the bomb. Get more captains. Okay, well, we got to get out of this area of the world, first of all. Who told you to put the bomb on? It puts the bomb on its skin. That'll stop a storm. That makes sense, right? Yeah, let me check in here. Abidjan. Some of my favorite writers used to argue that point for other terms decades ago. You stretch the meaning as far as you want to stretch it and it becomes useless. Exactly. It's the same bad line of reasoning for people who want to say the Zelda series is an RPG series because any game in which you play a character or play a role is an RPG. Well, it's like, okay, then in that case, that's like, what, 98% of video games? Then congratulations, all you've succeeded in doing is destroying the term. It doesn't actually define anything then. It's the opposite of what you were trying to do. Yeah, there's nobody out here. So I'm gonna have to just rough it until we can get out of this area of the world. Now, is there better materials that I could like remodel the ship with so they don't take so much damage from storms? Or is it because they're overladen with their cargo that they're taking so much damage? But something is definitely going on. I've not had this much trouble getting out of this area of the world. And it's September. Should be nice weather. Okay, so what? You purchase the material, then you go to remodel and something like that? Hard to figure out what games are not RPGs at this point. Yes, so you should read my book. Unfortunately, it's sold out. It will be republished someday. I would love to turn some of it into, yeah, you play a role of Pac-Man. When people tell me that it's any game in which you play a role, I tell them, okay, my favorite RPG is Super Mario 3. That doesn't make any sense, right? With Zelda, I get it. Zelda is right there. It's an action adventure series. Zelda 2 is an action RPG. Let me ask you this. I don't know if I want to get into it. I'll tell you this, Infinite Metal. I was recently on a podcast talking about this issue. This was the Retro Logic podcast. You can find them on Spotify. If you listen to that, we go through the exact same logic that I use in the book to try to define what an RPG is. And I think that if you ask specific questions like what are the only unique qualities about an RPG compared to other things, then you can start to see what actual key RPG elements are. It's not exploration. It's not narrative. There's tons of non-RPGs that have narrative and exploration. The Zelda genre talk. This is me trying to de-escalate from that talk. So if you want to hear more about that, check out that podcast. Highly recommend. I appreciate that, Major Rage. God bless it. Thanks very much. One of some of the considerations for Zelda is how the term was used mid-80s Japan, which is still very new. Absolutely. There's another angle of the whole discussion, which is we have the vantage of modernity now where, we're considering things from a perspective of the genre has been developed. But in earlier days of computer RPGs, the genre was not developed and it was not well understood. Intrinsic growth. That's exactly what you need. You need intrinsic growth. And that happens in different ways, but that's the key thing right there. No, I know you're messing around. Case in point to your statement there, Infinite Metal. Shigeru Miyamoto himself. Sometimes he called Zelda an RPG series. Sometimes he said it was not. Now it seems like later he came up with saying it's not. But he was asked. There's a great interview that was translated on Shmupulations. He was asked point blank, "Do you consider it an RPG?" And he said, "Well, no, but it's very close." Okay, so you can't always rely too on the appeal to authority, because in this case, authority disagreed with himself. Hola in Black Belt, thanks for the lurk. I appreciate you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Battery supply at Media Center. Oh, good luck. Hey, share a picture with us sometime. Oh, shoot. Yeah, we are not having good luck with the storms here. This is pretty bad. Black Onyx, yeah, which I've not personally played. You could definitely see Hydlide in Zelda. Man. For the RPG stuff, I'll typically ask people compare Dragon Quest and King's Quest. And think about the mechanical differences. What are the biggest differences? They're both about a quest. It's in the title. There's items, there's exploration, there's narrative, there's puzzles, stuff like that, you know. To a lesser extent in Dragon Quest, obviously. Golly. Or what was the one that I used on the podcast? Zelda 1 and Zelda 2. You know, if you could pick out the key mechanical differences in how you build your character in Zelda 1 versus Zelda 2, then you've arrived at something like what an RPG is, or what its key traits are. I think Ys came out before Zelda, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think Miyamoto is interesting in that he did actually address the question, but I don't think that he thought of this conversation, you know. Oh, Zelda was first. Okay. So what am I thinking of? Dragon Slayer was earlier than Zelda, right? King's Quest and Quest for Glory. See, I've not played Quest for Glory, so I couldn't throw that one down. I do like me some King's Quest, though. What do we have here? Italian Battle Fleet. Now I'll leave them alone. We're gonna have to repair again. I've hit like five storms right in between just doing this. There's an interesting genre combination right there, adventure and RPG, because those are so parallel. Illusion of Gaia is one I would say is an adventure RPG. But adventure, that's one that you'd have to really spend some time trying to think about to define it. Okay, let's repair this. Let's see. Leveling stats. Yes. So in the way I typically say in Zelda 1, your progression is extrinsic. In Zelda 2, your progression is intrinsic. And how you actually play the game then it changes. Right? Like in Zelda 2, if I need to get stronger, I can just go out and fight enemies and grind. In Zelda 1, I need to actually find a heart piece or a new piece of equipment. And I think that's the main difference. Especially as far as what RPGs are. How's it going, Narcader? Adventure genre mainly exists because of Nintendo Power. Oh, that's interesting. What do you think about the game Adventure? Because I always thought Adventure went back to, if not earlier than to Atari 2600 Adventure. How you doing, Nar? What's going on? Let's see. We're going to go ahead and restock again, because these storms are just absolutely wreaking havoc. Haboo! I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Haboo. Every time I see "how about you" like that, I think of Haboo. Oh my gravy. Nope. Look at that. Couldn't even make it. That's fully repaired. These ships are made of tissue paper. That is fully repaired. And it couldn't even do one thing. Started assuming genre adventure really took the name from Adventure for Atari. Yeah, I don't know if it took the name, but that's sort of the primordial adventure game. There were ones before that for sure, but I think that's like the what is the term? The Platonic ideal. There's a question I was wanting to ask and incorporate in my volume 2, but that is, what do you think is and I think it's Platonic ideal. And I say I'm starting to doubt myself. But that's something that is basically like the ultimate idealized form of something, right? So what do you think is the Platonic ideal for an RPG? What is the ultimate idealized form of an RPG in a specific title that exists today? Yeah, these storms in particular, for some reason, are like extra vicious. Right, so our figurehead's actually detracting because I'm pretty sure, unless I had to reset and didn't go back, I'm pretty sure that I've got figureheads on all these. Let's check. Yeah, I've got a unicorn on this one. Now that's far from the best figurehead, but it doesn't seem like it's doing anything at this stage. We're almost out of the storm zone for the west coast of Africa, but still not far enough, evidently. The frequency, but also the fragility of this. Wizardry, Dragon Quest 1. I think right there you've got the duality of CRPG and JRPG. Wizardry does seem like a very ideal RPG, and Dragon Quest 1 seems like a very ideal JRPG. The worst ones actually have a negative effect. Okay. that is hilarious. Maybe they shouldn't have had magic figureheads in this that cause or don't cause storms. If it was going to be as finicky as bad figureheads cause more storms. You were waiting for RPGs to be invented. Well, they had RPGs before Adventure on Atari. Maybe just not on a system that you had available to yourself. Final Fantasy Anthology Collection HD Remake Mega Mix Duodecim 5.0 featuring Dante from DMC. That would be the Platonic ideal, wouldn't it? Wesley, am I using the right term there? I feel like Wesley would know. Oh, it's a bug. Oh. Okay, so what do I do about it at this point? Because I could... Like, I could replace some of these. They only have the unicorn here. But I'm not really sure what else I can do. Right, so not even Neptune. I saw Dragon at one port. I think Athens has it, so I'll go back and do that. I know Athens went all the way up to Neptune. It didn't have Angel and Goddess. I haven't seen those two yet. But I know it had Dragon. I know it had Neptune. It had Hero as well. That's unnecessarily weighting the value of figureheads. As a pure dungeon crawler, it does miss a few more enjoyable aspects. Wizardry being not enjoyable? What? Yeah, I think some of the more linear narrative stuff that people really enjoy from JRPGs That's good stuff. Merchant fleet. Are you a pirate? Are you a wizard? Okay, we're gonna let them go. Okay, I think I made it out of the storm zone. So let's go all the way up to the Bretagne. Could be. There's been a couple times I've come down the west coast of Africa and have not had any storms. So it's definitely possible. But that was a really unlucky route. Oh, that's the guy right there. That's the guy that did me in previous. So I'm going to go ahead and... oh, if I can catch him. I'm going to go ahead and fight him. I don't think I can catch him, though. No, he's way too fantastic. Shoot. I was going to reset, but that's fine. We'll just pay for it. Couldn't do it. Oh, it'd be a heck of a feat if I could kill him outside the game. That'd be pretty spectacular, but no, I couldn't catch him. Let's land here in Quetta. That was Linguistic Dragon's take on Might and Magic 2. It seemed like it different, celebrated a little more fun, whereas Wizardry was a bit more about the difficulty of things, and then Ultima is a bit more about the story of things, which I think is really interesting. Okay. You can fight in this game, Nar. We'll see if I can't get that set up for you so you can see. Because we are doing a little bit of fighting here. Just want to make sure I'm not attacking an ally needlessly. Spaniards, Turks, and pirates are kind of what I've been going after here. A good weapon, piece of armor. So they give you a flamberge sword after you pass a certain point. Oh, that was in Keone's campaign, so that doesn't help you. I think I got a claymore in Dublin that was pretty good for me for a while. So you could try that. Right up here. I can double check for you right now too. And by the way, anybody, I should be better about this, but anybody who wants to take on this adventure with us and play through the game that I'm playing through as we play through every Super Nintendo RPG, perfectly welcome to join us. You will find Uncharted Waters New Horizons on Nintendo Switch Online. Claymore might have been a black market. You could check Ireland, but try coming. If you don't see it in the shop, try sleeping until 2 a.m. and then check the shop. And it may or may not be there. I don't know. Can't remember. But I figure Claymore, Ireland, you know, North England, stuff like that. So, yeah, I would check Bristol, London, and there is a black market in the game. I guess you didn't see that bit when we did it. So, yeah, if you sleep until 2 a.m., I don't know that every town has it. There are secret shops that pop up. And that's how you get the best equipment in the game. The Crusader's sword and Crusader's armor. But they're super expensive. Oh, you might be able to afford it, though. How much money do you have right now, Mr. Temper? Oh, we're not buying goods. That's right. We're selling. So let me do this. We'll go ahead and transfer this gold to our main ship and try to collectively sell there. Yeah, that's... Oops. Yeah, no, that was right. Okay, so that's only going to work so far there. Let me go ahead and collect the gold on this ship next then. That's a lot. I mean, we're going to make a lot of money. I'll hit up different ports. that's a shame. Okay, hang on. We're just gonna dump some of this water and then fit that all on there. There we go. So I think that's only 2 ships. You have over 1 million? So how many, you've got like over 99 gold bullion then, right? So you can buy it now. Yeah, look up the Crusader's sword. It's something like 600,000 gold. And then the Crusader's armor. One of them is along the river on the west side of Africa. The other one is in Timbuktu, if I recall. Yeah. Ingots. There's the word I was looking for. Yeah, there it is. 2 a.m. Okay, yeah. Timbuktu was the one on the river on the west side of Africa. And the other one's in Naples. Yeah, it's super expensive. Oh, I had it in reverse. But yeah, if you want the best equipment in the game, you could buy that. Okay, let's see what we can make here. Oh yeah, a ton of money. And what are they gonna take for this now? Well, it's enough to where I'll go to another spot. Yeah, solid chunk of change. And you thought you were rich, huh? Yes, I did. I made most of my money from doing all of the adventuring around the globe. And turned those in and made a ton of money and did some trades and stuff like that. But you broke the game early on, so 1 million gold. Yes, it is. But you're gonna spend a lot of cash on those 2 pieces of equipment, so you just get that. Let's see. But if you're not dueling, I guess it doesn't matter. So I don't know. If you're gonna avoid duels, then what's the point? Oh, look at that, 102. I thought I could only carry 99 gold. I could carry more than that? Looks like it. Dang, now I'm richer than you, Mr. Temper. Look at that. That's from a gold run right there. Yeah, investing. Yeah, I don't know. I think I think that'll go towards your fame if you do it for a king. Justice can probably confirm or deny. Okay, so I want to do, since Narcader showed up, I want to do a battle or 2 or 7. See if we can't get that situated. Let me make sure everything's all fixed up and stuff. Do it for a king, you get no fame or money. It's just for the titles. Oh, okay. So they separated titles, because in the first one you get new titles as your fame goes up, right? On this one, then you just get titles. So don't do it for that guy. Oh yeah, probably have to get some food and water on these. You know what? We'll just load up this one. There we go. Oh man, tax-free permits? That's actually pretty tempting. I like tax-free stuff. Okay, let's see if we can't get a battle started here. I think I'll go to Athens, and we can go ahead and purchase a new figurehead. These ships are going real slow right now. Why? There you go. Friggin' Maui, that's why. Oh yeah, and now that we have it still wasn't enough. Let me just go. We'll just go get some more dudes. Now that we have some sailors for hire, they can quit if you attack an ally, right? So what happens if I attack this Italian? Maybe I should do that. Oh, they are pirates. So let me go ahead and save and see if I can't catch these guys. They're too darn fast. Spanish battle fleet. I'll go after them instead. Because I don't think I can catch those other guys. Okay, Narcator, this is for you. We're fighting Tonio Bociaga. You are pretty brave to challenge us. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Where's his ship at? So, yeah, there's big old naval battles that you could do here. You could fire cannons back and forth, try and sink their ships. I have basically just been dueling this whole game. So you want to target their main ship, their flagship, and challenge their enemy Commodore to a duel. If you do not have enough crew on your ship, then their crew blocks you from having the duel. But, yeah, I think we do okay. Well, I see things that Sailing Era was inspired by. Oh, there you go. About this. The essence of a role-playing game is that as a group cooperative experience, there's no winning or losing, but rather the value is in the experience of imagining yourself as a character in whatever genre you're involved in. So I think that is... you quote it page 297 of my book. So I think that's a really good definition specifically for tabletop, in which there's the improv, there's the group cooperative experience, because you're creating the game with your imagination and a couple tabletop tools, right? The way that computer RPGs started iterating, the computer definitely replaces that improv or replaces the game master and stuff like that in a really interesting way, I think. Oh, they have one-player TTRPGs now. Did they when Gygax said that? I wonder, because I'm sure from his perspective, he was thinking of kind of the classic TTRPG thing. It doesn't surprise me that they have a one-player TTRPG now. In our comparatively antisocial society, that seems like that would make sense. Let's see, Bastard Sword. I don't know. Let's do a couple things. Oh, okay. So that was bad. Let's try a strike. No, I keep getting it all wrong here. Yeah, thrusting attacks with the Crusader sword are where it's at. Ah. There we go. Boom. But they've been around for a while? Oh, okay. That's interesting. Gary Gygax of Draken fame. Yeah, I still wonder why he dipped out on that. Syncoplay was a big help in trying to track down information. So was Trinkets, who pops in from time to time. Trying to track down exactly why Gygax apparently started working with Infogrames and on Draken, and then eventually was like, peace out. I don't think it was a big falling out, but I don't know. 277. Let's go ahead and get some. Try to keep it equal, but it's not going to be. Oops. That was not what I wanted to do. Oh, whatever. You just load it up willy-nilly. I don't know if Narcator was around for it, but there was his Battley Bat. And we're good. But someday my country will avenge my defeat. There you go. That's where they start. Oh, Madame Christelle. I hope you liked my Darwin joke in there. I feel like that one was one that only a few people would be able to appreciate. You know, something about his lizard brain kicked in, and could we trust the convictions of such a mind, if indeed there are any convictions in such a mind? That one was for the intellectuals in the crowd. Why is there an R? Because they're French. That's why. No, it's for info and program. It's a portmanteau. Infograms. But yeah, infro games is what I kept misspelling it as. So I really don't like that name. The whole what did Gagas have to do with Drakenliner, the essay was one of my favorite things of the book. Hey, that's very kind of you. I'm glad you liked it. It was one of the most fascinating things for me to try to research. There's a ton of misinformation out there, but finding and again, big shout out to Trinkets and Syncoplay for finding some original literature on that. Very, 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 very cool. Okay, we've gotten a lot of stuff. I need more captains for ships. So that's what I'm going to do now. Scofton Sindarin. Oh, something. Oh, yes, Lucia. I forgot about her. Because they're French. Oh, it was information in games. Okay, so see, the Major Rage remembers my book better than I remember my own book. Reptite confirmed. There it is. Info ounces? There's a good one. That's good. That is good. I liked that joke. This joke was brought to you by... let's see. I guess we're unlikely to meet a vagabond sailor here in the capital. Navigator named Race was looking for a job in Seville, so we could go down there. That's right around the corner. We'll just kind of double check that these guys are all in the books or not. Yeah. Duarte. Cool name, not a cool haircut. Speaking of Sindarin, I saw today there was an announcement there is yet another Middle-earth video game in development, reportedly an open world game of some kind, hopefully better than Gollum. Not Amazon's canceled Middle-earth game. My hope is that it is more based on pre-War of the Ring stuff. I think there are plenty of games based on the War of the Ring events in the Third Age, and the hard thing is not making comparisons to Jackson's trilogy or, you know, the Lord of the Rings books that are so popular. But they should really do a Lord of the Rings... I'm sorry. See, I just said it. They should really do a Middle-earth game based on the First Age or the Second Age. There's a ton of material in there that they could do. Let's see. Ahoy there. How's life on the sea? So the battle fleet from Spain. Ooh. I don't see anybody named Race. He lied to me. This is Seville, right? I think it is. Yeah, well, we'll just have to keep looking around. Take care, Mr. Temper. No, I think you're right. I don't think I'm right. I can't remember. Have a good one, Mr. Temper. We will be shoving off. So, with the ability to steal ships from your conquests, I think playing as Catalina would be pretty simple. You know, you just start taking down fleets and then you steal their stuff. Why is it closed? Oh, it's still early in the morning. We'll go nice. Is it really 4 o'clock? Okay. Hopefully my wife went to go get the kids, because I did not today. I forgot. I don't have well, 4 o'clock Central. I mean, I'm sure she did, but usually I like to go and get them myself. But we did not today, so whoops. I was so embroiled in Uncharted Waters New Horizons. Don't worry about it. The last thing you need to worry about is reminding me of my own schedule. You don't need to worry about that. I should really keep a timer in here or something. Let's see. I don't want this. This is the wrong thing. I want to go over here. The time shift flies. May we? It does. I really, we're invested in it. I really need to find another captain. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, and for me, it's only 2 hours too, so it's not a long time. So if I really get invested, then it just flies by. Like, I totally thought it was like 2:45 right now. I honestly did. I did not think that it was that late. All right, let's see. Valencia. It's a nice place in California. Oh, this is Spain. Oh, whoops. I can't believe we still did not get the combat in Masawa to trigger. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. As punishment for your dastardly deeds, we'll seize 3/4 of your gold. Never bother my countrymen again, do you hear? Wow. Want to buy more games instead of playing your backlog helps. As a sign of an addiction. We were just talking about this yesterday. Buying more games than you can play. I do it. You do it. Everybody do it. Okay, so I'm not gonna lose 3/4 of my gold when I was carrying like 102 gold ingots. So that's not gonna work out for me. I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. And we'll come back and do this another time. Let's go say hi to yeah, lesson learned indeed. Well, maybe it is me. We'll go say hi to Killica Beats. Nice guy. He's playing Final Fantasy VI. Really rad dude. Go say hi, drop a follow, and I'll see you folks next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.